All right, it is January 6th, 2026. I'm having a hard time with the 26. It takes a little bit of time to change over to the new year. But let's say a quick prayer and then we'll get going. Lord, we just thank you so much for all of these ladies. I thank you that they just show up every week and just willing to learn. And thank you so much for all of our businesses and how you've blessed us with the people in our lives through our business. And Lord, we do want to lift up Jody, and I want to pray specifically that they'll just figure out exactly what it is. And if it's your will, Lord, we just pray that they can help her and ease her pain without having to have any kind of surgery, and just guide her to get in quickly for the MRI so that she doesn't have to continue to just be in pain with no answers. And Lord, we just ask that you just guide us tonight, help us to be able to help each other and learn. And we just ask for your guidance in this new year, just with everything we do, and help us to see what your will is for all the things that we're doing in our lives. It's in your name we pray. Amen. And thank you that Stephanie feels better. and hopefully everyone will stay well. All right. Well, okay. So I didn't actually see any accomplishment sheets, but I know like Dawn did send me some numbers. Dawn, why don't you share how much you sold and what you did last week?
Okay. So I had a party on Friday at 11 in the morning with um, three new customers. Well, two I was introduced to at my holiday open house. And we knew that at that time we wanted to get together to go over color products. So the third guest was somebody who was a customer of mine that I haven't seen in like 7 or 8 years. So I'm considering her new and she's back. But
Yeah.
ultimately, I had like $488 in sales amongst the four people, my hostess and her guests, and that was almost all color products. Now, I had to deliver some things, and you know how we talk about whatever is in the follow up, and so I
Yep.
wanted to go meet one of them individually and make sure I was seeing her and dropping everything off and fully explaining blah blah blah. And she tried the eye puffiness reducer, so that was maybe going to be another $38 in sales. Turns out the eye puffiness reducer is not working for her. So good thing I let her try it before buying it, and we went over how it was supposed to work. But tonight she just sent me a whole bunch of skincare products that she wants. So she's like,
Yay.
I'm not going to stick with the puffiness reducer, but I want this, 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 and this. So that $488 party at this point is really over $500. And the other big spender, I haven't dropped off her stuff yet because she was busy on Sunday and Monday. And I don't know what that's going to result in, but she's trying the eye puffiness reducer for herself. So
Okay.
that could be another
Yay.
sale.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's a great week. That's a
So
great week.
that was
It's a
a
great day.
company that started in November, at
Yeah.
my holiday open house. We knew we were going to get together, and I just stayed in touch with my customer and who was the hostess, and we picked a date. And the big thing I walked away with, it was like a good old fashioned sit around the table with four really nice people. So it was a lot for me to get ready on Sunday and then Monday and bring so much over. I brought a lot of stuff. We were covering like everything with color. So it
Yeah.
was a 3 hour party and I knew it would be. But it just felt so good to walk away knowing that they were all happy, and it was like, face to face, sitting down at the table, blah, blah, blah.
Yay. That's good.
Yeah, I'm
Anybody?
pretty happy the way that that's going. Also, I'm rolling out to them. They don't know anything about my Super Bowl
Oh,
board.
that's right, because you got to
So
start
I'm
that.
rolling it out to
Hmm.
each one of them and giving them the heads up. And I also showed them what's that flyer every month with the spend $50 and you get,
Yes, the pink perks or Monica's, either one. There's two
yeah,
different ones.
pink
Yeah.
perks. I had
Hmm.
copies of that with me to also introduce that to them.
Hmm.
And so far, everybody's like, oh, wow, this is awesome. I'm like, obviously, you all just spent at the party, so you might probably not going to do this for January, but each month you're going to see this from me. And they were all enthused about it. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, it's like the new customers that keep on giving, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's good to, kind of show your systems and what else you do for customers. And so that's great. Yay. Well, congratulations. That's really good. Does anybody else have good things that's happened, Mary Kay wise or other, they want to share? If you had some sales you want to share, anything good? I sold $774 last week. I did not actually do a face, which doing a face is good. Part of those sales were, remember last week when I posted it, when I sent the little picture out of the different ways you
Hmm.
can shop with me, and then I got more, 4 My Shop orders when I did that, and then um, I had some others that were birthday because they get a discount on their birthday month, and so they ordered. So it ended up being pretty good. But really,
Great.
I need to go look and see how much the My Shop orders were. I think the My Shop orders was probably about $250 of this. So that was interesting. I kind of want to follow up with those people and see how they liked that way of ordering. Um, you know, and see, they don't have to continue to do it that way, or if they like to do it that way. It's just funny because I didn't know who would want to order that way. And so you just kind of don't know. So it was interesting. All right. I wanted to remind you that tomorrow night is our first Wednesday night event that we can do, with Janice Trude, and she's going to have Ann Newberry on there for consultants. And so I really think it's going to be more of a training tomorrow night. Usually it's more guest related, like showing them products, but I think this one's really going to be more of a new year with Ann Newberry, which if you guys don't know who Ann Newberry is, she's a national sales director. I don't know, one of the first ones, and she's still living and she's retired. And so she's kind of, the Mary Kay of us now, because she's still around and she learned directly from Mary Kay and all that. So that should be really good. Remember that is at 8 p.m. Central. And I have posted, if you go look under featured on our Facebook page, that's got the Zoom ID on there. I also put the Zoom ID when I put the weekly check-in on Sunday night and I posted it in our group. I put the Zoom because it's a different Zoom than we do on Tuesday nights. And then Thursday night is a marketing event, which I think will be around 30 minutes. It also starts at 8 p.m. Central, and Leah Carda is the guest speaker for that. So if you have anyone that you want to just hear a little bit more about the opportunity and get in the drawing for some of the prizes, Thursday night would be a great night to get them on that. So anyway, I think those should be good. So you obviously don't have to do everything that we have, but it's cool that we have access to this if we want to. And so I think that those will be good. So just so you remember those. And I was going to tell y'all and remind you, Dawn mentioned her day. And so she did post, if you go to our featured in our Facebook page, she posted on the $100 days. So if you have a $100 day, you can post that in there, or if you want to post your emojis. Dawn and Jody are the main ones posting. And so they keep winning every month, which is very exciting for them. But we're willing to let other people win too. So if you guys can remember, if you have a $100 day, or if you want to just put what some of your activity is under the emojis, you can do that. Anyway, for that. So any questions about those events the next 2 nights? You guys are good with that? Okay. So go ahead, Debbie.
So all we do is go on Zoom and put that Zoom number in there, and then we're in.
There is a password. It's
Oh,
MK Pink.
oh, okay.
And I did put that, it's on the calendar that
Yeah, I have
has
to go
Janice
back and
Drew's
look at
calendar. Yeah, and it's
back
also,
and
I
look at that
put it
again.
on but I believe MK Pink in all caps is the
Okay.
password.
Is that the
But
same for every night, every Wednesday night now?
yes,
Okay.
her
Because
number with that password is the same on Wednesday and Thursday night.
I wanted to do that every
Yeah,
Wednesday night and learn from that stuff
yeah.
too.
Yeah, and then the next Wednesday is more of a product. You could get customers on to watch that with you if you wanted to. So,
Okay.
and I know, Debbie, you're trying to have parties or whatever, but even if you had people that were willing to watch that or even come to your house and watch it with you, and
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
could kind of follow up with them. So it's not even like,
Yeah,
have
that's a good
them
idea.
come and
If they
make
don't
it.
want to have a party or something, maybe
Yeah.
they'll do that.
And then if they could potentially win some purses and things.
Oh,
There
yeah.
are going to be a lot of guests on. So it's not like there's just 10 guests. And so the
Yeah, but
chances are
that's a
super
good
high, but she
drawing.
gives a lot. Like she gives
Yeah.
several purses away.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So
A
you
good
can,
drawing though,
yeah.
for
So,
people to say, oh, you could win a, and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, so I didn't ask anyone to do product knowledge, but I had something I wanted to share with y'all. So I was trying to get straight in my head. I don't know if you guys are more straight than me. And, some of us still have, like you just did that color party, Dawn. Some of us have color left from, the previous colors before they've um, taken them out of the line. But I've kind of struggled with, all my demos and everything had all the colors. And so I'm going to post this. I'm going to post this in our group after the meeting. But I printed this thing off. And this, you could put everything you wanted to demo since they're not making eyeshadow and blush colors in samples anymore. You can print this out, stick it in like one of the big compacts, and then these are all the current colors. Now, if you want to continue to show the other colors because you've still got those to sell, that's fine. But I thought I wanted to print this out and put it in my own compact so that because I pretty much have all the colors. And so I wanted to put it in my own compact and then do another one that's just what I use for demo. And I didn't bring it in here, but I also found someone recommended this spray. And I don't know if you guys may have used something like this. Because if you're having to demo more out of this than just little samples, you can spray this stuff on there and it kind of makes it cleaner. So if you're, having people demo out of this, I'll look and see what that is and let you guys know in case that's something that interests you. But I thought this was kind of cool because I thought for my own personal products as well as having just a demo thing with the current colors, I thought this was nice. And I'm trying to get wrapped around in my head which colors are still here. So I wanted to show that to you. And I will post it. And then you can just print it out. It recommends you laminate it. I do have a laminator, but I mean, I've had pictures in my thing before if I printed it out on paper and I didn't laminate, but laminate would help it stay longer. But anyway, I will post that in case that's helpful to you. And then the other thing I wanted to show y'all, kind of a piggyback on Dawn's thing last week. Debbie had asked about, well, what red colors fall in what seasons or whatever. And this is actually on Pajama Graphics that you guys all have access to because it's free. But I'm going to post them in our group for us since I've already downloaded them all. But it looks like Heather and Miranda, it's not showing up. Just a second. Let me see if I can get it to show up. Well, I don't know why it's not showing up. Okay, that's weird because I have the picture there. Can y'all tell that I have pictures here? Let me try this one. I wonder why it won't share. Okay, let me just go over to... Let me see if I can just go over to Pajama Graphics and show you there. I will post the actual pictures, but I can go over there. Like nothing's working. You guys can't see anything, right? Why is it not sharing?
I just saw your screen of Zoom.
Yeah, which you shouldn't. Okay, so this is my... Okay, there. Okay. Let me see if I can get over here and get to Pajama Graphics, and I'll just show it to you. I don't know why it doesn't want to show you those pictures. I'm sorry about that. I don't know. But this way I can show you where to find them if you want to. But I'm going to post them so that if you want to take them off that way. So everybody has access to the Go Give area of Pajama Graphics. And if you scroll down you have to scroll down to the makeup for the seasons with Miranda Rains and Heather Daniel Kent. Then there's several different pictures. So this tells you makeup for the seasons, and they've been updated because they even have, some of them have the new, let's see if you guys can see this. Okay, so here's the winter one. So they've even updated it with the new eyeshadow sticks, but like it has, and it's updated with the colors that are current in our line. So it's for winter, these are the eyeshadows, here's the blush, and like here's the lipstick. So it tells you for winter that Scarlet Red, Rockstar Red, and Red Smolder are all okay. So anyway, but there are two different, let me see if I can go back, maybe. There's this winter, summer, spring, and autumn, and then it says special seasons. I like these sheets too, so I'm going to post these in our group as well. But you do have access to them in Pajama Graphics. But this has like it's like a set sheet kind of. So like what Dawn was doing the other day with her, if she knew what their colors, if she wanted to do it by season, it even has down here at the bottom specials, and then it shows like what clothing recommendations are for that season, and then which eyeshadows, lipsticks and everything, which is kind of cool if you feel like you know what that is. So I will post all those in case that's helpful to you. Even for your own self, if you know what season you are, you could, make sure that you're wearing the colors. And I like that they've updated it with what we currently have. So I wanted to make sure you guys knew that that was available.
Awesome.
And I'll post those after the meeting so you can grab them off of the Facebook page if you want to. So, because if you do it through Pajama Graphics, it'll take you to Canva, and then you have to share it and save it to your hard drive. So I'll just post those pictures so you don't have to go through that process. Okay, any questions about that?
No, but I love it. Thank you.
I do.
Okay, what?
When you're doing color and stuff, Dawn, you just did color. You didn't do seasons and stuff, did you?
No.
Okay.
I
If
did
I
not.
wanted to get into that, what would I?
Well, I'll tell you, Miranda Rains has training for it, Debbie, but it's like $500.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah. So, I mean,
I want somebody cheaper,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know for sure who you go to.
Well, you know what I'll do? I'll go on to Chat GPT.
There you go. There you go. Miranda charges quite a bit
Yeah, that's a
to
lot.
train you.
Yeah.
So
Well,
just,
then the directors should all learn how, and then the
Yeah.
directors can
well,
charge
I
us.
did pay
No.
for it, but it was a lot of information, and I was supposed to be practicing on people, and I haven't done that yet.
I used to do that a long, long time ago, and I had
Yeah.
all cloths and everything. So is that what she does? You have to have the cloth and everything all the time?
Yes, which you
Yes.
have to buy all that too, which,
Yes, that's a lot. That was a
so
lot.
that ends up being about $100 for
Yeah.
that. So it is expensive. So I don't know.
Well,
But
I was thinking about to do that mainly what colors you like to wear, on your clothing. I know what I look better in, and if I had each one of those papers and you had a party, you could show them each one and say which colors attract you the most. Which do you think you look good in the most? What kind of colors you have and stuff, and go with. I don't care what season I am. I know what I like.
yeah,
And so,
yeah.
but you just got to put the colors that go together to what you like so that they all match. And I think
Yeah.
that thing you just showed us would be very good for that.
Yeah, you could do that a little bit. You don't necessarily have to say, I'm gonna find your color, but you could kind of give them that. And it kind of gives you an idea of what colors go good together. So if you're doing color appointments, it's kind of fun. So, okay, so we're going to go ahead and talk about just the stuff that the company is doing right now. So you guys may have seen some of this. I posted it in our Facebook page, but there's kind of I was delving into the rules and stuff a little bit more today. So the first thing that they're doing is, for the longest time, we were doing $600 orders every month, you got a prize. And then this year they kind of changed it and said, you got to do $600 orders 2 months in a row. That's kind of how the fall was. Well, now they've changed it for the spring. So it's called Rise and Radiate Challenge. And if you're going to seminar, you know, you could actually go on the stage for some of this stuff and get sashes and all of that. But you can also be recognized for it. So if you order 600 wholesale 4 of these next 6 months, so January through June, if 4 of the months, then it's standing recognition at seminar. If you do 5, then you get a sash and you have standing recognition. Or if you do all 6 months, you earn this purse, crossbody, a quilted crossbody. And you get to walk across the stage. So it's kind of fun. So that's kind of what they're doing right now. So it's based on how many months you do it between now and June. And then the other thing that, I mean, I would win this purse, but it's kind of a collective thing, is our unit growth challenge. So right now, if we look at our unit and we don't look at anyone that's a T, if they are, you know, new or active or inactive, then they're counted as non-terminated, and we have 111 people. So by the end of June, and they're going to look at, they're just basically going to do a snapshot on June 30th. If we've grown by 10%, which means we'd have to have 122 people active, then I could win this purse. If we grow by 20%, which would be 133 people, then I could win this purse. Or if we grew by 144, then I could win both these. Honestly, I don't really care about the purses. I think it's exciting to do the growth. So I feel like that also kind of encourages people to be active by the end of June. And I'll tell you guys, we actually have 144 people in our unit. They're just not all active. So it's possible that we could do it even with who we have, but I think it would be exciting for several of you if you had new people that you were working with. Hey, Jody.
Hi,
We're glad you're here.
thanks.
Anyway, I'm looking at it more not because I want to win this purse, because I don't know about these purses, quite honestly, but I would think it would be exciting to grow our unit. And it's a good thing to look at, you know, like we know tracking. So there's going to be a report, so I can kind of keep you guys updated on where we are on that. And then you will be, you know, acknowledged for whether you do 4, 5, or 6 months of 600, which really, you know, that if your goal is Star Consultant, then, you know, you're going to probably do 600 a month. And that's going to, the whole purpose of Star Consultant. Yes, you do get a prize. If you're an all-star, you're going to get an extra prize at seminar. But it's really, that's how you know, okay, I'm at a place in my business where I'm making money and I'm working. And so that's really it's just to build consistency in your business for you. But, you know, if 600 is too big of a goal for you, then I would not say, well, I wouldn't look at it and say, well, I'm just not going to do that because 600 is not my goal. What can you do consistently from January through June that would be great for you? Is that, you know, making sure you're active? And so, or is that making sure you order 225 wholesale every month? Is that making sure you order 400 wholesale? Whatever it is for you, I think this is a good reminder of the consistency, whether you want to do the 600 and win the prizes or whether you want to build consistency some other way. But I just wanted to make sure you knew that's how they're going to be doing that. And then I think you guys saw that they're starting this new bingo, Global Mary Kay Bingo Challenge. And I believe all of you guys are on the My Mary Kay Facebook group. If you're not, this is where I went. I went to rewards and then Global Mary Kay Bingo Challenge. I will be posting what the challenge is every week, but you can, if you haven't joined the My Mary Kay Facebook group, you could do that here. I think you guys all have. But they've been posting it there. But I was kind of looking at the rules today because I was trying to understand. So each week they're going to, so this week they've added 2 things for you to do. And I am posting those in our group when they do that. But you don't have to do those 2 things this week. They're just adding every week. So the goal is there's going to be 16 tasks, and your goal is to pink out on all 16 of those tasks within the time frame, which we have a pretty long time frame. It goes through, let's see here, there's 8 weeks. So we're going through February 28th. So each week they're going to add more challenges, but you can do those challenges any week you want. So this week it's having an individual sit down session with someone. It could just be one person. It could be a one-on-one facial. And also it gives you an idea of what you should post on Facebook related to your, let's look at it here. Sorry, let me get back. We want to be in Ocean's Bright Stars, maybe. Okay. We post so many things, it gets lost in there. Well, I thought I posted it. There it is. Okay. Well, okay, it just talks about the bingo challenge. Maybe I didn't actually post. I thought I posted what the actual bingo challenge was for this week. Maybe. Maybe I didn't. Okay, but it is also on, they are going to post it on the My Mary Kay page, so you can see it on there too. So here is, and it says you can just print it out. You can try to do it electronically where you mark it off. But they have all the information on the My Mary Kay. And then, so what you get if you do this, let me go back.
And aren't the tasks typical IPA stuff? Typical
Yes,
IPA
they're,
activities?
yeah, they're going to be IPA related. Some of them, like the second challenge this month is a post, and it tells you a post you can post on Facebook. And then the other one is an individual sit down facial with somebody, but it doesn't have to be done in the week they post it. They're just adding those in every week. And so what they're going to do, I looked at the frequently asked questions. If you have to be active at the end of February, I believe. Let's look at the frequently asked questions. They're going to do a global where you get invited, and they're going to do a global I guess on Zoom or maybe through Mary Kay in Touch. You're going to get to see Mary Kay's office, and it's going to be kind of a fun little thing. And you just you don't have to show them the bingo card that you did it. They're going on the honor system that you were only invited because you did all 16 things and you're active. So probably the only thing they can check is if you're active. You're either telling the truth or not about the bingo thing, but it makes sense that you want to try to do the squares of bingo, and then you get invited to go do that. So that's going on for the next 2 months. So if you have further questions about it, you can just go to the rewards and the Global Mary Kay Bingo Challenge. But and that they don't have the date yet of the global bingo party, but it's sometime in March, and they said they'll be letting us know when that is. And so you get a virtual tour of Mary Kay's office and the Richard R. Rogers facility. So I know some of you guys have seen those in person, but if you haven't, that's kind of cool. Okay, let me stop and share. Do you guys have any questions about that? I think it would be kind of fun to see what each thing is and try to do it. I mean, because it's just going to help your business.
What's IPA?
Income producing activity.
Oh, geez, all these lingo things.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I got that.
Something that actually is going to bring you some
I
income.
know them all.
Yes. Okay. And I did want to just remind you, I am going to create a little video about e-commerce, on how to set up your My Shop. So I'm going to try to talk, it's not going to be a really long video, but it's going to be a video on what e-commerce is, and then I'm going to walk through the screen. I'm going to do it on Zoom. I'm going to walk through the screens to show someone how to sign up. So if you have a consultant on your team that you specifically think would, I'm not going to send it to everybody, but I'm going to send it to consultants that I think would like to sign up. And I've had a few people be very overwhelmed about it. And so I'm going to just send a little video that shows them how to do it. So if there's a particular consultant that's on your team that you want me to send it to, let me know. I mean, I kind of have an idea of who I think might be interested in it, but let me know. And then I'm going to try to get those sent out by next week, just to try to help those people that might not come to meetings, but want to do a little bit, because they really don't have to do much. I mean, you can set up your My Shop, that part's free, but people aren't necessarily going to go there unless you share it. But if they want to share it with their friends and family and get some orders, they could at least get their 30% off. So there are some people that have been super interested in that, and then others are not. And so I'm going to send it to those that I think might have an interest. So if there's someone in particular now, and I think all of you guys, for the most part, that wanted to have signed up for your My Shop. So, but if you
Angela?
have, yes.
So I haven't. I need to know how to
Oh.
set up my shop.
Oh,
So
you
what
haven't? Okay.
you're going to put out there will help me to know how to set my shop up,
Okay.
right?
I will send it to you. Yeah. Yes. Yes. So at the very beginning, I'm just going to share a little bit about what it is and what the company's doing. And then I'm just going to go through the screens and show you how to set it up, because, and I think it'll be easier for you because you get on Mary Kay and Touch a lot. But people that don't get on Mary Kay and Touch a lot, it makes it harder. So yeah, I'll send it to you. And then, and of course you can forward it to any consultant you want to. But I have some consultants that are kind of interested in feeling a little overwhelmed trying to do it. So I will definitely send that out to y'all. Any other questions about that? Okay. Just so you know, the Mary Kay Ash Foundation is going to have their 30th anniversary this year, which is very exciting. And so I wanted y'all to know that if you want to do any kind of testimonial, you can go to the Mary Kay Ash Foundation site, and there's a whole testimonial page if you want to participate in that. And the other thing you can do is you can write a letter of recommendation for a local shelter in your area. And they're going to grant $20,000 to some of those. They do that every year anyway. And I know the Amarillo one has earned it before, but it's been many years ago. And so if that's something that's, near and dear to your heart, and there's a shelter that you're aware of in your area and you want to write a letter of recommendation, they're going to take those, and that is through April 30th. So I just wanted to make sure you guys knew about that. I am, just a reminder, I am going to Leadership in Nashville on Friday, January 17th, and I'll be back through the 20th. And supposedly I'm getting a product sneak peek. So I'll see what I can learn and share with y'all. And speaking of product changes, I had kind of gone over this last month, but just a reminder, maybe I should just pull it up and show y'all. Let me do that. Let me see if I can do that. These product changes don't happen until February. But let me get to just so you kind of know, there's not a ton, but, oh, I can't get to that director's memo from here. I forgot. Oh, well, okay. So let me go. I forgot. Once the director's memo is gone, I think I have my hard drive though. Let me see. if I can find it. I also got a new computer, which I'm going to try to have set up and use next week. So hopefully that'll work. I was scared to try it tonight because I just got it. I don't know if I can find this or not. Wanted to show you the picture. Well, sorry, y'all. I was thinking I could look it up, but okay. I think it was the December director's memo, so I must not have saved it. The main thing is they're going to bring back the bronzers that they had last spring. So the 2 bronzers. They're going to bring back the After Sun replenishing gel, or the After Sun gel. And then I can't ever remember the name of the product that's going away. Sorry. My brain isn't working, I guess.
Was it a color product?
No, it's the renewing gel. That we
Oh, yeah.
Moisture
Right.
renewing gel. Yes. Okay. Golly geez, y'all. I'm sorry. That product is going away, and they're coming out with a new product that's replacing it, though. That is going to be similar but upgraded, and it's a product you don't have to wash off at all. And so that's really the new product that's coming out for spring. So there's not a lot of changes in February in products. And I actually have a lot of those moisture renewing gels on my shelf. So I think I'm going to give those away this month with $50 orders. Just because I do think it's a wonderful product, and I've always felt like it's one of our best kept secrets because it's such a great product. But the new one seems like it's similar. It's just not considered a mask, I don't think, and you just leave it on. But it does a lot of the same things for you that the moisture renewing gel mask does now. So that's the big changes, but those won't happen until February. And the new lookbooks, if you signed up for preferred customer, will go out the first couple weeks of February. And then if you did preferred customer, you can order those products February 10th. If you didn't, you can order them February 15th. But hopefully I'll learn whatever at leadership, maybe the stuff that's coming out maybe more in the summer or something. I don't know. I can't imagine that it's just that, but maybe it is. I don't know. But I'll keep you posted and let you know. And then Career Conference, St. Charles, Missouri Career Conference, I've told y'all is March 20th and 21st. And then the Allen, Texas one is March 27th and 28th. And we can sign up for that on February 6th if you're interested in going. And you only have until February 28th. So for the month of February is when you can sign up for that. And it's $135. So I know for y'all up there, St. Charles is pretty close. So that might be doable for several of you, for sure. And then I did want to tell you that if you are going to seminar, they're going to have, it says a reward roundup on opening day, which that could just be in the expo. I'm not sure. But they're going to, if you are a Rise and Radiate Beauty Consultant Selling Challenge, a 6-month achiever, or if, if we earn our unit growth challenge, then I can go to that. If you're an all-star Star Consultant, because Star Consultant every quarter, or if you're on the seminar awards like Mary Kay National Court of Sales or something, then we get to go to this reward roundup, which I feel like is just in the expo maybe, and we get our prizes for that. But it's kind of exciting to get to do that, and there will be a Mary Kay National Rally. Like they've had in the past, but they said they're really promoting the Rise and Radiate challenges is where everybody's going to really be promoted at seminar, is based on if you do the Rise and Radiate and order your 600. So that was really all the new news. Like Mary Kay's not making any other major big changes, which is kind of good because I think we're all still trying to get through My Shop, and there are still some challenges with that. And so I've kind of been trying to work through those a little bit. But I do need to call the company again, and I haven't done that yet because it was end of month and the first part of the month, and so I didn't want to be on hold forever. So, Dawn, did you figure out you're getting your orders in and if you could change them and stuff?
I went and tried again to modify some different ones, and I'm guessing I need to go back and pay attention. I'm guessing that some of the orders I was trying to edit and update, and it just wouldn't, save once you hit the save, might have been orders that were in there before December 17th. Like,
Oh,
I think if I'm trying to change something pre-migration or changeover,
yeah, yeah.
I'm going to go look at those particular tickets, and then I'm going to see if I have some newer tickets and just like pretend, try and change it, and it's after the 17th. I'm gonna see if it'll save, and then that's my answer. There's
Yeah, that
something to do
makes
with
sense because they told us if there was any pending orders on the 17th, you wouldn't be able to do anything to them after the fact. If they were
that's
already,
probably it. And
yeah,
I
and if they were already closed out, they said, that they would be there, but mine aren't there. My orders are just not there from before. So I need to call them again and find out what the situation is. The other thing I noticed is I sold some liquid eyeshadows, which we know that the system doesn't keep previous products out there too long, but I haven't figured out what they're doing now because I sold some Purple Nova and some Meteor Shower liquid eyeshadows, which, now are discontinued. It would pull Purple Nova up, but it wouldn't pull Meteor Shower up. And I assume that's because Purple Nova is still available from the company on while supplies last, but Meteor Shower is not. So that makes me think they're taking those off really quickly if where you can't add them to a ticket. So the challenge with that is if you are putting a ticket in and you're trying to do your weekly accomplishment sheet, you're going to have to go fix your weekly accomplishment sheet totals to match what you actually sold that person because some of those products are not going to pull through. So just FYI, I did notice that too, and that's quicker than they did before. So you just gonna have to be careful if you're using your weekly accomplishment sheets for your tax purposes. You're just gonna have to make sure go and update that amount if it's not correct. I also noticed, which this was doing it before, if it was a CDS order or a MyShop order, it throws the tax amount into your retail sales amount on your accomplishment sheet. So if you're using that for tax purposes, you're gonna have to fix those, before you use it for tax purposes, basically. So, which you may already know and you know what to do. And I think I mentioned this last week. If someone does a guest checkout on a MyShop account and you don't know who it is, if you go look on your accomplishment sheet, it'll tell you who it is. And you will also receive an email saying this is being sent to this person. And so anyway, there is ways to figure out who ordered. So just FYI, because it's hard to know what to do about, if it's a customer I've had, then I feel like I want to follow up with them a little bit, and just make sure. And if they don't want to be followed up with, that's fine. But I'm just going to check and make sure, that they're okay with what they got and everything. So anyway, anything else on that or any other questions on e-commerce? Okay. So that's really all I had tonight. I will post all that color stuff I showed you at the beginning onto our Facebook page. So if that's interesting to you and you could use it, then you can grab it from there. And just a reminder, tomorrow night's Ann Newberry and Thursday night is Leah Carta if you want to get people on for the Leah Carta thing. And let me know if you do get a guest on there, because if you follow up with them after, that's considered a share. If they listen to Leah Carta and then you do a follow-up and say, what did you think? Are you interested in more information? Or would you like to talk to my director? Or, do you want to sign up? Like whatever your follow-up is, that's counted as a share. So we want to see how many we can get of all those. So, all right. Any other questions, thoughts, comments? Okay. Jody, we're praying for you. We're sorry you're in pain. Blah! It's not good for sure. So, all righty. Well, thank you guys for being on and listening. And we will be back here next Tuesday for sure.
Would you like me to do product knowledge?
Yes. Do you want to do it next Tuesday?
Yeah. I
Perfect.
thought I'd do all the eye things
Okay.
around your eyes.
Okay. That sounds
Okay.
good. You
All
can
right.
do it next Tuesday. You're on.
Okay.
All right. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your week.
Okay. Bye. Bye, Jody.